My name is Lisa Allen, and this session is Hitting the Mark, Developing a Purpose-Driven Women's Ministry. Now, if you're like me, developing a purpose-driven women's ministry, its activity is not the problem, right? We're busy, right? We are busy women. It makes me think of this joke that an airline pilot told his airplane. He said, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is we're lost. The good news is we're making great time. So that's a little bit what, like, if you don't have a vision for your women's ministry, that's a little bit what it feels like. A lot of activity. You're getting there and you're keeping your women busy, but are you honoring the vision that God has laid on your heart in order to do it? So just for the sake of interaction today, I would love for you to throw out anything that the women of your church are currently active doing. Just say it out loud. I'll start us off. We do a women's retreat at our church. What else are you doing out there? Spiritual spa. Love that. Muffin ministry and mingling. Love this. Love it. You're going to change. You're going to change churches because you want to mingle and have spa time. Quilters. Okay, quilting. So has anybody woken up lately and said, I wish I was more active? No, we're active women, and our women's ministries are active. Now, if you're like me, though, if you're not aiming your target, if you're not aiming the activity that you're doing, you're missing your mark. Sometimes what we do is we take all of our activity and we put it right here, and then we draw our target around it, and we go, look, we hit the mark. And what I want to encourage you today as we talk about vision, values, is I want you to be able to aim the arrow of your activity, your programs, your calling, and the mission for your women so that you hit the mark. So it makes me think of a book that I read recently called Kazone by Craig Groeschel. Really good book. I love it. Has a lot to do with personal ministry and mission statements. And here's an illustration that he used in this book that I want to share with you. It's from the 2004 Summer Olympics. An American athlete named Matthew Emmons completed the 2004 Summer Olympics, competed in, and he was solidly on track for the gold in the 50-meter three-position rifle final. Emmons was up for his final shot. He was so far ahead of the other competitors that all he had to do was send the bullet anywhere through the inner ring. That would seal his gold medal. He prepared himself mentally, he paused his breathing, he took aim, and he fired. The bullet passed right through the bullseye. But then he was puzzled when the tone indicating a hit didn't sound. Emmons then realized that the bullseye he hit was the wrong target. He dropped from first place and virtually guaranteed a gold medal to 8th place. The right shot hit the wrong target. One day, we will stand in front of a greater judge, and he will say, did you hit the right target? It is important, ladies, to talk about vision. And so today we're going to talk about a lot of different things about strategy. Like Wendy said, I love women. I love Jesus. I also love strategy. I like things that make sense. I'm just one of those people that are wired that way. You might not be that way, and that's okay. That's why sessions like this are important. I'm going to talk a little bit, though, about strategy, not from a secular perspective, but from the perspective that will give you the ability to bring to fruition the vision that the Lord has placed in your heart. You are all here for a reason. And I'm going to make a very important assumption right now. I am going to assume that every single one of you are called, that every single one of you have been on your knees and on your face before God. In fact, some of you might be terrified by what he's asking you to do, by the vision that you see before you. I see a lot of heads nodding. That's okay. But I'm going to assume that you are here not because you want to draw a lot of crowds and not because you want a lot of activity, but because you want to honor God.